But if you have any problem logging in, please let me know. And also we have student 12 and 15. So total we have 8 students now online. Okay. So student 5, if you have any questions in logging in, please let me know. Otherwise, we will quickly go to our first activity. Okay, so today we will have the share note activities, and also we will combine thinking tools. So share note, we can use it for both collaborative learning and individual learning. We both have advantages and limitations. So as you can see from here, okay, I know there's a lot of words, but I'll make it bigger for you. Okay, so the disadvantage of collaborated learning will be sometimes it limits the time for individual practice because, we're doing it at the same time. So if some students are kind of behind, they wouldn't have enough time for processing it. And also students may continue with misunderstandings because like when they just, oops, so if you could just snap the teacher in, it would be great. Thank you. So the students may continue with misunderstandings because it's a peer learning. You don't really have time to reflect. And also it can be difficult for students to deepen their own thinking because group work do have time limitations, right? But when we look at the disadvantage of individual learning, it also have the differences in the quantity and quality of ideas may become more noticeable because when you, how can I say that, when you are practicing and having brainstorming by yourself, it's so difficult to see that whether my input is enough like compared to others. And also it is harder to learn from others' perspective because you are doing by yourself. You cannot see what others was doing, right? And also the opportunities to develop communication skills may be limited because you're basically working on yourself. Then you don't have to communicate with your group mate when converting your ideas, right? But they both have advantages. So the advantage of collaborated learning that will be many ideas can be generated in a short time because like when I put a card in here and you put another card, then basically it's really active. So when you see a keyword, you might think, oh yes, I also think about it. And then you might want to expand. So when we do the activities today, you will be able to see that both advantage and disadvantage. And also the students learn not only from the teacher, but also from their peers. So in traditional teaching methods, teachers send a card to the student, like our last workshop, right? So the students are having feedback only from the teacher. And through submission box, teacher will be able to see the students' ideas. But through share note, the idea sharing is instant. Well, we'll play around it, and then you will have an idea that what do I mean by like using private notes and the group share note. Okay, the third one is the skills such as collaboration, respect, and discussions are developed because you're working in, I call it working the same page, that if you don't understand certain concept, you can just maybe just leave a card there. Hey, can you explain this? I don't understand this. So I think that's one of the greatest advantage to have everybody working in the same note. Okay, and also we have advantages of individual learning. Let's say the students can think deeply and carefully because you don't really have a time limit. So maybe some students will process better when they think by themselves. And also practice can proceed at one's own pace because you don't have to rush, right? And ideas are easier to organize and summarize. So let's say, because myself, I'm a very, how can I say that? I kind of really organize my notes into really, okay, we have some teachers coming in as well. So because myself, I wanted to organize my notes in the same page, but some student doesn't really matter whether the cards are everywhere. So this will be some of the advantage of individual learnings that I can organize my own notes at the way I want. Alrighty, so let's make it small. So my next questions would be, could learning be more effective by switching between individual and collaborative work depending on the situation? So today's workshop, it's all about switching between 4 different types of notes. Sounds interesting, but don't worry, it's not difficult. I will guide you through, but before we do the activities, I will quickly explain these type of notes so that you get an idea, like what is a private note, what is a shared note, what is a group share note, and what is a share note for each student, right? So by moving back and forth between individuals and collaborative learning, the learning can actually become deeper. Okay. I know that's a lot of words, but don't worry too much about it. Okay, I will just quickly explain. So how do we use this type of notes in your classroom? So for example, like let's say today the teacher has put up an example. Let's think about what makes your tongue great and experience learning by switching between individuals and collaborative work. So you can see that in here. Okay, I'll just make it really big. So for collaborated learning, the teacher will actually prepare different kinds of notes for each group. Okay, so you use share notes to list at least 3 positive aspects of Hiroshima, whatever, in your city, like Kuala Kansai, from different perspectives. So, like when every student working in their own card, if the student finished earlier, she or he can see somebody else's ideas in the same time. But there's a little risk that because they're looking at the same notes, which means every student will have the same right to edit somebody else's card or even delete somebody else's card. So when we use share note, I normally will have to tell the students first, you know what, just stay focused on your card. You don't have to touch somebody else's card, right? So this is some rules we have to let the student know before we introduce them to share note. Okay, so when we look at individual learning, so this is kind of like a thinking tool. And if we use the thinking tools to organize ideas and rank them based on personal priorities. So I used to have a workshop that we switching between individual notes and share note. So I will ask the students to send the grouped idea to your personal notes by switching from shared note, group share note, to your private note, and then again back to the class share note. You'll be able to see that ideas from, like, let's say a group of 4 and your own ideas then brings back to the class, which is a group of maybe 20. You can see that the different ideas from everybody. So that's something I really like. And also, after that, we can review and discuss and summarize your own ideas. You can just do it on your private note. It's absolutely not a problem. Okay, so after explaining everything, let's start our first activities. It's what we call working on one shared note. Okay, so where's my mouse? Okay, there you go. So now everybody who's ready in your private note now? Okay. Can I quickly ask you to click on your screen? Back. Now, everybody please click on share notes. Share notes. Did you see number 1, share note preparation? Okay, so if you click on it, did you see that you cannot do anything about it? Because I have locked the share note. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I will click on unlocked and click on indefinite period, and I'll click on unlock. Okay, so everybody, did you see that there is a card in here? So now if you could just right click and click on duplicate. Yes, okay, please don't move this one. This is what will actually happen in the classroom. The student will start moving everything around. So yes, perfect. Yes, if you could just maybe click on duplicate and find your own card Yes, so I will make a lot of cartoon here. Thank you. Someone's helping me. Perfect. Yes, and then start moving the card and typing or whatever you want. So I will just make a lot. So there are two of them, so you don't have to really work on only one card. You can also use this one as well. But only we have, how many people we have today? Oh, we have 9. So if we can maybe just all work on here. Do we have enough cards in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, perfect. So can I please ask anyone to just choose a card and start typing? Let's say I wanted to go to Egypt. I'm just saying it. So, and then don't forget to write your name underneath. Okay, so that's my card. Oops. Wait, I can use my Apple Pen, but anyway. So see, this is my card. So we will spend 3 to 5 minutes in here. So if you could just come up any ideas, what do you want for the year? Yep, just write down anything, and don't forget to write down your name. All right, so everybody has got a hint of what to do. And also, when as a teacher, did you see that in my student screen, you don't have any icons in here, right? Because the student doesn't have the authority to change the who can edit the profile, who cannot. So when as a teacher, when I click on it, I can see that 11 students is in this share node. So that's how the number means. So if you click on shared members, you can see that this is all the students who are online and who are offline. Then when you click on share settings, this is something that you can change. So let's say now, because sometimes when you have very interesting activities, students can be kind of like out of control. So once they finish their work, I will click on view only. So everybody go back to your share node. Did you see that you cannot do anything as well? So that's sometimes when they're kind of out of control. I will certainly just change back to view only. But if you say like, okay, this is good enough and you guys are not listening, then you can change to not shared. Did you see that it's no longer shared? So I would say that this is one of the way of using the share node, but I personally will just click on view only because I do want them to access like peer learning, but I don't want them to delete somebody else's work. Yes, so this is one way. By changing the general settings, you can kind of like manage the classroom in a very effective way. Okay, so let's go back to our workshop. Okay, and if you wanted to stay in this page, you can stay in that page because we are going to do something else, which is the group share node. Okay, so now everybody, can you please click on number 2? Number 2, shared no group work. Yes, this one. Okay, so did you see that you can't do anything about it as well? All right, so let's break out to a group of 2. Okay, a group of 2. So let's say, okay, just let me change the authority first. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, not the first one. Okay, the share node group work. So I will quickly change the share node settings. So I normally I will explain how we do it first, and then I will change the settings. Because if you change the settings first, the student is not going to listen to you. So I'll just say, okay, everybody look at me. So we are going to break into 5 groups. So let's say I'm student 0 and student 1, maybe me and Miso will be in group 1. And the student 1 and student 2 and student 3 will be in group 2. Does it make sense? Perfect. So, or anyone, if you find that you're not in any group, just pick your card. Okay, so I'm going to just change the share settings and then I'll click on vertical. Okay, perfect. Now, if you could just go back to this share node. Remember, it's number 2. It's number 2, shared no group work. Okay, so let's say me and Niso, we in group 1. So I will just write down my name here. Oops, this is me. And then I will also change the color. So this is my ideas. I will just put it like that. Okay, so you can see that in teacher's screen. You see that in left-hand side? Teacher is seeing that, okay, student 0 is operating and she add a card. Okay, so we will have roughly about 5 to 10 minutes for these group activities. So yes, perfect. We can see that student has moving something else. Okay, so don't touch this one, please. So this is what we called a thinking tools. If you're not familiar, we will have another workshop for thinking tools. But today, the operation is very simple. Did you see that in any empty space, double click, and start typing. Okay, so it's very easy. So first, go to your group. So a group of 2. And then write down your name. Pick a color, write down your name. Yes, perfect. I like the one say join me. Then you have 4 people join the group. Yes, and then find the group, pick the color, and put up any ideas inside. Okay, we'll have 3 to 5 minutes in here. So it's not about right or wrong, but it's how you really use the group card and how to see the operations in there. Okay, so we can see students 3 and 2 is in the right group, and we have 12 and 15 in group 4. Perfect. Okay, so a group of 2 will start our activities now. Alrighty, so we have talked about a group, like a share note for the whole class, and we also talked about the group share notes. So everybody have a hint of how to use different 2 kind of notes, right? So now the next one is our private note. So as you can see that when we finish the class share note, and we also finish the group share note. So let's say I really want this card to be in my private note. Because we talked about it, if you want somebody else's ideas, you don't just delete or edit in the group share note, because if you misoperate it, you might delete somebody else's work. We don't want to see that happen. So everybody, please just whatever, pick a card in the group share note. Let's say I really want this card. Okay? So what we're gonna do is we are going to send this grouped share notes card to my private note. Okay, because we talked about it. If you really want somebody else's ideas, instead of just operating in the grouped share note, we would like to just get the card. I would say just steal their ideas, grab the card and put it to my private note. So that if I delete it, it's not gonna affect their card. It only affect my personal card. Okay, so I will explain, then we can do it together. So we have talked about how to use the thinking tools in share notes. A little bit background information. It's up to 500 users. We can edit collaboratively. But the problem is, if you have 500 people in the same row, you can see that it's going to be chaotic. You might have 100 cards. Let's say if you have 500 people, 5 in a group, right? So I would say that normally in a class, it's only 20 or 30 people. That will be easier. Otherwise, if you really want them to do it at the same time, we will introduce you to the share note for students. So that might be easier to operate if you have a large group of students. Okay, so second one is what we're going to do now. We're going to move the ideas from the grouped share notes to my personal, or I call it the private notes. So that whatever you want to do, any modifications, do it in your private note. That's how I always talk to the students. You know what? Do it in your private note, not the group one. Okay, so everybody please go back to your learner note. So just pick the card you want, whatever, which one. And when you click the card, click on send. Click on send again. Did you see that there's a members in my note? please click on My Note. Okay, and click on Workshop. Did you see that this is your private note? Okay, so click on your private note, and it says you want to open a destination note. I probably would say yes, because I wanted to see that whether I have sent the card successfully or not. Right, okay, I will just click on Open. So did you see that I've already just get the card from the group note to my private note? Okay. The funny thing is, if you send a card from the group share note to your private note, it won't live in the timeline. Does it make sense? Okay, I'll give you like an example. So let's say I wanted to send this to my students. If I click on send, I click on send just this card only and to everyone. So if a card was sent from the teacher to the students, if you click on send, this card will be on timeline. This is the only difference. Okay? Alrighty, so please let me know if you understand how to transfer the card from the share note to your private note. Okay, perfect. So this is sometimes how we use in between notes, that obviously we don't want to touch somebody else's card. But if you really want the card, I will just say like get the card from the group share note to your private note. Okay, so the activities for today, the last one is this one, the shared note for each student. So this is the new features we only released, I think it's last year around summertime. So this is a new features. People look so confused. Okay. So we have basically 3 types of notes. The first one is the private note. Only you can see it. As a teacher, I cannot see that. This is the private note, okay? Because it's private. And then we have the shared note. If a teacher has granted access for the students, every student in the same class, same subject, should be able to see it. Unless I change it to not visible, okay? So this is the group or the class shared note. So what is a shared note for each student? It's this. Okay, there's so many words. I'm going to just send this to you guys as well. So this card only, so that you can read it when you have time. Okay, so what exactly is this shared note for each student? It's gonna look like this. So basically, it's a note, looks like a private note, but a teacher can, I would say, can kind of like monitor or see what the student is operating there in their own notes. So people will ask me, what then, is it a private note? Yes or no? Each student will have their own note, but as a teacher, I will be able to see what they're doing. Don't worry, we'll explain in a sec. The good things about this one is every student's activities is always visible. But without all the students operating in the same road, they can use this note, do it in their homework. But as a teacher, I can see it. That's the only difference. So I would say private note, share note for each student, share note, if that makes sense. Perfect. Okay, so it enables peer references and peer evaluations during learning. The funny thing is, how can I explain it? It's like, if I have the share note for students, if the teacher opens the visible, then every student can actually jump to somebody else's student's share note and kind of like chat or add cards and do some edit in there, which is quite interesting. Okay, so and also that brings to number 2 is we can change the sharing range, because you don't want them to just go crazy just to get into every student's share notes and leave some notes on it. So I would say the teachers can always view all students' work screens, but then as a teacher, I do also have the authority to control whether students can view or edit somebody else's notes, right? If I only want them to see, you can just use the view only. But if you want them to really operate in somebody else's notes, you can click on this, the readable, okay? And the share settings can be adjusted for individual students. We'll play around after that. And the funny thing is, because we talked about it, then can I just use the submission box for individual notes? Yes, you can, but then you have to create a submission box first, right? But for this share note for each student, you don't need a submission box. You already can see the student's task, okay? So we can view their work at any time without submission. But if you're in a private note, you have to create a submission box to be able to see the student's task. This is only difference. Okay, so even in this kind of like view-only mode, the peer feedback is possible using, it's questionnaire card or web card or whatever. And also the group work can be conducted by editing individual sharing settings. Okay, I'm going to create a share note for each student. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to do it now. So if I go to share notes, if I click on new shared note, if I click on create a share note for each student, okay, did you see that by default, the student doesn't know that I have already created the share note for each student. So from now on, I will do the view only first, so that when you can see exactly what's going on if it's in the view only mode, okay? Alrighty, so the name will be work for January 13, 2026. And I'm going to click on create. Okay, did you guys see that I've got folders in here straight away? Okay, so everybody please click on the work for Jan 30, 2026. So if you're stuck in here, please click on back and click on work for Jan 13. Okay, so find your number. Oops, my cat, sorry. Find your number. So if I'm 2026 student 0, I will go into my own note. Okay. So I'm going to click on test. Did you see that if it's view only, I still can operate in my own note? Okay, I'll just try doing something. Let's test. Yes, perfect. Yes.
May I know how can I get that? Yes, I find it.
You couldn't find it. Okay, perfect. So for those of you who cannot find your share note, let's say I assume that maybe you're still in this page, right? So if you're in this page, please click on go back. Did you see that we've got underneath the shared note, there is a work for January 13, 2026? The blue folder. Yes, click on it and then find your number. So let's say I'm student 0, so I will just go to student 0 and I will just drag out whatever card I want. Let's say I'm just going to duplicate it and then I'm going to change the color. Okay, so this is my private, I wouldn't say my private, my own share note per student. I can't do anything about it because it's view only, right? And student 8, can you see that I cannot add or do anything in your note, right? So this is what we call a view only. But let's say I want, so once we finish all the group work, let's say I wanted to get this card. Oops, no, this is my teacher screen. So let's say I wanted to have this card to be in my own notes. I will click on readable. So what happened now is, let's say if I change the authority to readable. Okay, now did you see that I'm in student 15's page? Now I can actually add something in the student's notes. So let's say, hi, this is GV. See, if you change it to readable, then any student can go to their classmates' share note and start putting some input. So this is one way of using it. And as a teacher, I will be able to see, oh, these two students are chatting. Right? So this is something that I wanted to see, that it's quite interesting. And also you guys can see that in here, every time when any modification is made, it will be updated in the teacher screen. Right now we can see there's so many students in student 15's page. They're all working on it. So this is something that I really like to use. But let's say, okay, that's enough. If you click on not shared, what will happen? See? It disappeared. You can only see your own share note for students. Right? So basically, I would just click on view only so that everybody can still have access to it without touching somebody else's work. Alrighty, so I hope you understand the differences between a private note, a note for each student, and share note. So the next one is this. So how are we going to use this kind of share note for students, right? Because we kind of we can play games with the students in the group settings or the share note for each student. But we can also use, let's say, we want them to think about the names and shapes of prefectures and 4-character idioms, vocabulary, chemical element symbols, whatever. So it depends on how you want to use in different subjects. By transferring from private note, share note for students, share note, the student can experience collaborative learning and also individual learning. Oops. Okay, it's better now. Okay, summary. Remember, if you wanted to send a card from the share note to a private note, you can either use copy or what was that? Or use the send. Remember this one? Click on send, and click onto my note. Okay? But if you have your private note, you wanted to put something on the share note, you can just basically send it to your share note. And for the material boxes and what was that? The submission box, it's for peer learning. But we talked about it in the last workshop, so we wouldn't go into detail for today. So it sounds a lot, but don't worry, we have our support page and I'm in the group. So for those of you who haven't been in our WhatsApp group, please maybe ask Niso, then we can add you in the group. So if you have any questions regarding how to use the share note or any functions admin page, please raise up a question. So I will answer you in business hours. So, oops, not this one. So also we have the English manual. I'm also going to send this to everyone. This card only. So if you forgot some of the functions, like what we talked about today, you can always search in here. So let's say how to use share note for students. Okay, so let's say you forget how to create a share notes for each student. You can search in the support page, and we kind of will update it in a regular basis. So if you still don't understand, don't worry, we have the WhatsApp group. Please feel free to shoot me a message. I'll reply you as soon as possible.